And we're back, and we just finished watching 2020's We Can Be Heroes, written and directed by Robert Rodriguez. The runtime on this film is 1 hour 40 minutes.
100%.
And it was released on Christmas Day.
What?
It follows the story of a group of superheroes called the Heroics.
The Heroics, yeah.
Who've been called to defend the Earth from some alien invaders. Their children have been sequestered in the Heroics, I guess, bunker.
It's like, imagine Avengers headquarters, but
yeah.
A little bit less grand. With
yes.
A lot, I mean, seriously, they love the Heroics logo.
Yes.
It is
yes.
on everything.
Yes. Which is just a simple H.
Even one of, like, the heroes had, like, a necklace that had H on it.
Yep.
Yes.
Was it
Or was it...
It was like the one he could resume. Resume, lady. Resume.
I don't know, which one is that?
The resume lady?
The one who can resume time. She had a twin brother that...
Oh, she was wearing a necklace with the H on it?
The fast forward?
Fast forward?
Yeah.
Huh, I didn't notice
Not
that.
the girl, their parents.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, whatever. Yeah, I guess the logo is emblazed on many, many items. I'm going to go around the table and get impressions. Olive G, can you let me know why you picked this movie? You thought it might be fun to watch?
Yeah, I thought it would make you good.
What did you think about it?
Overall, it was terrible.
I mean...
The ending did not make sense.
The ending didn't make sense? I thought it sort of did, but...
Why would you just set up a lie?
It
was
kids
to force the kids to teamwork together.
It was pretty convoluted.
It was pretty convoluted.
Honestly, if this wasn't a rated G movie, a lot of people would have died.
It's PG, Dad.
Actually, PG.
Oh, PG.
I told you guys it was PG.
Even still,
PG,
if this wasn't rated the what it was, and like
that
this plot was put in any other
like,
movie,
biting
a lot
the
of people
skin
would
off
die.
of people. The other boy that froze these people would probably be iced by now, and he probably would have covered their heads in ice. And also, the other alien that got hit by a bowling ball, like his foot, it would have been broken, like severely broken, so he couldn't walk on that foot.
What did it be? Because he's tentacles, right? So
Yeah.
tentacles don't really have bones to break.
No, it dropped on his foot. His human foot.
Oh,
Yeah.
but does he feel anything as a human?
You know, one of the things I said when this film started was check all logic at the door, because
we were really trying to do the analytics here.
From the get-go, they just did not care about that sort of thing. And this isn't the type of film where you're supposed to care. I mean, people could talk in space.
They could hear each other from Earth?
They could hear each other from Earth. People's powers are wildly inconsistent. You head into battle with a jetpack that has like no gas in it for some reason.
I know. I was like, Christian Slater, please, what are you doing? That's pretty irresponsible.
People's powers are just really
Malfunctioning.
weird, and things are happening just for the sake of plot. There is no real logic to this. This is the most like predictable, no continuity. If this was a cartoon, it would be like a really bad, like 70s Hanna-Barbera sort of thing. It's now, and just seriously check your logic at the door. Don't go in expecting any kind of coherent plot. This is made for very little kids who just want to see other kids running around, doing karate chops and kicks, and that was another thing that was weird. You got powers. Why are you teaching them karate and like
why are you teaching them kung fu?
You're teaching them arm bars. It's like, okay, why is the girl who could destroy things with her voice learning an arm bar?
Because
she actually wasn't bad at hand-to-hand combat.
None of them were bad, and that was another thing that was hilarious. Was the sum total of their martial arts training
was pretty decent.
Was a 10-minute little montage with
but we go back to it at the end towards the climax when they're all fighting.
Oh yeah, but it takes more than 10 minutes to learn how to do an arm bar.
Unless you're Neo.
Unless you're Neo. Yes.
Who's Neo?
That's a different movie.
We're
Old
old.
friends.
Neo is we're old.
Yes.
Gee, what did you think of this movie?
What Olivia said. This movie was trash.
Terrible movie. Yeah. Okay. I'll jump on that train. I didn't like this movie. If there's nothing in it for an adult. Like a lot of kids
Yeah,
movies.
it's boring.
Yeah, a lot of kids movies will have like little things for adults. Maybe
Like
they were
Inside
maybe they were
Out,
trying to say, oh, we put This Will Be Heroes, or We Could Be Heroes, the David Bowie song, and that'll be for the adults. But it was just like, okay, that's some real ham-fisted
Yeah.
That's cheap.
referencing. What did you think, John?
I mean, got up several times. I wasn't really invested in this film. It's very mediocre at best. I'm assuming it's geared, like you said, for very, very young viewers.
Very little kids.
Yeah, so, I mean, I feel like there's an audience there, and if I was a 6-year-old, I would be
Interested.
completely enthralled with this movie. And I feel like if your parents want to put you in front of the TV so that they can do some errands or just take a nap, I think this is a great investment in an hour and 40 minutes for very, very small children. But I think the age range is very limited. I mean, there's nothing objectionable. There's no cursing. Was there? I don't think so.
No, there was no cursing.
There was no
at all.
cursing. So I would even go
I
as
think some kid that they were like gonna reference it, like the kid went holy,
right,
and then he went doo doo.
right.
So
So I think
just said crap.
no, you can't even say crap.
I don't think you can even say crap, but I would even go as low as 4. I think 4-year-olds can watch this.
Yeah, I think a 4-year-old, like 4 to 6, would be like wildly entertaining. They would think this is the most rock solid plot.
There's
on earth.
enough color.
Oh, it's super colorful. Yeah.
Super colorful.
The special effects are
Cheap garbage.
They're cheap. You could definitely tell.
I mean, it's serviceable for the story, and I'm always impressed at his production values.
It's better than it's better than what you'd see in a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah,
He
I mean, I feel like
he
there's
has
definitely
some-
low bar
Yeah.
effects in movies, and this wasn't one of them. But you could tell that everything is green screened here, obviously.
I don't think anything was done on an actual place.
Yeah.
Maybe grandma's house.
Right, which is probably his kitchen, I think. I mean, who knows?
Is
but
either a kitchen or like a really elaborate botanica, you know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like it was his kitchen because doesn't he own like a
Candles
ranch?
everywhere. Yeah, I think that's where he does
all of this stuff.
movies.
Right.
He has he made his own movie studio, and I guess he just invites everybody and their kids over, and they make movies.
And kudos to Robert Rodriguez for always getting a bunch of celebrities to be like, yeah, let's do this thing. I mean, I feel like he must be like the coolest guy to work with because everyone seems to want to just be in one of his kid films.
Suddenly they'll be there, yeah.
Yeah, so
this one had Pedro Pascal.
Who's, you know what, for the limited time that he's on the screen, as always, he is always just 100% committed. Probably my favorite thing in this thing. Yeah, although I think he's also coming off the high of second season of Mandalorian, which was also excellent. If you haven't seen it, get on Disney+.
What is wrong with you?
What? I'm giving a shout out to the Mandalorian.
What is wrong with the people who haven't watched Mandalorian?
Oh, yes. Honestly, what are you waiting for? Yeah. Unless you
Baby,
don't.
you're so cute. Do you feel insulted by him? Tell me.
And even in the fiasco that was Wonder Woman 1984, I felt like Pedro Pascal definitely. He's just one of those actors that your eyes are always drawn to him. He seems very committed to the role.
You like seeing him.
He's just good. He's good. Yeah, that's basically it.
Probably the only one who's acting remotely seriously, I guess, in this movie. Yeah. I mean, even Boyd Holbrook, who was he was
miraculous guy, or what was his name?
Miracle guy.
Miracle guy.
That was a stupid name.
Yeah.
I don't think they can call him Miracle Man because there is a Miracle Man.
Oh, okay.
So there is Miracle Man.
Miracle guy, and he was hamming it up.
Oh my God! Beyond anything.
That dude from the Fast and the Furious films.
Ridiculous.
He was just like, oh, look at my boy. That that was another thing. Everybody was just like amazed that their kids were remotely competent in anything they did.
And it's so funny. I'm like, don't you live with your children and pay attention to your children? Wouldn't you know that they're special or whatever?
They looked completely stunned that their children had any level of competency.
Yes. I mean, I feel like this is a movie that, again, you take with a grain of salt. If you're an adult, you're probably not going to get much out of this movie other than your young child's enjoyment. And again, I feel like, I don't know, maybe 4 to 8, 9 is the target group here.
Well,
I mean, we have a 9-year-old.
It missed with her. She liked the trailer. The trailer got her enticed.
I mean, I feel like for the action sequences, she was into it. She seemed into it, and it's not like she didn't pay attention. So
that is true. I saw her bouncing around a bit.
Yeah, so
But as far
I
as
think she's trying to be cool, like big sis. So I'm just trying to dog on it, but I think she probably liked it more than she's letting on. But that's another story. Anyway, I don't feel like there's much to say about this. I mean, I feel like
You shouldn't watch this.
I mean, again, if you have small children and
if
you've
you got
gone
a little
through
kid,
the vastness on your streaming services and you're looking for an option, I mean, this is harmless fun.
Yeah,
Again, for
I would
that
say
age group.
and if you're really protective of your kids, this is probably something decent because there's really no sense of dread or peril or even jump scares.
No,
really.
no, there's not
I
real
bet they
violence.
wouldn't want their children to see the fighting.
Even the fighting is so tame and toned down.
Yeah.
It's kind of slapsticky. You know,
I agree, and
it's
even
like
when
people getting tripped and people getting jumped on, and there's a couple of shots where like the kids punch, but it's just so.
It's very toned down.
So toned down.
Yeah.
Nobody bleeds. Nobody gets any limbs ripped
And
off.
there's not really violence per se.
Right, and everybody's just goofy. Even all the bad guys are goofy.
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah. I feel like my favorite, even though was it Missy or Misty? Missy. Even though she's the lead, I feel like some of the other characters really shined. I really enjoyed Guppy. I think she was my favorite out of all the kids.
I like Guppy
Vivian
too.
Blair.
Yes.
Guppy
Noodles I thought was great too. I feel like he was overused and abused by these kids
I
to get to stuff.
kind of think that maybe his power was probably the easiest to pull off in CG, so they were just like, let's just use the hell out of it. I mean, Guppy's power was basically just her running around
making
pretending
shark
to be
noises.
super strong and whatnot.
But she was so cute.
She
had little
has shark
sunglasses.
strength.
The singing girl, all
was
she
decent.
had to do was sing and pretend.
That
to
battle
be
with the
floating around.
aliens, she was MIA for like 15
But I feel like she
minutes.
was decent. I think all the kids were decent. There was a few of them in my mind that shone a little brighter than the others. But I think all of the kids did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not going to be winning any contests.
No, but I mean, like, if you compare this to like Disney shows, I mean, it's the same level of acting, right?
Yeah, didn't we see something recently where we were really blown away by the kids' performances? Super 8. Like
Yeah,
those
the kids in Super 8 were fantastic.
Those kids were like, they were acting.
But they're on a legit set, you know what I mean?
These kids.
A J.J. Abrams directed, produced by Steven Spielberg. Of course they're gonna get really good kid actors.
Rodriguez production isn't on the same level as a Steven Spielberg production.
You never know. I mean, I'm sure if these kids are in these movies now, they're obviously making this a career. So who knows? One of these kids might be the future Michelle Williams, or
maybe they'll finally learn how to act well.
You got to start somewhere. And you know what? It's pretty impressive. You're starting on a film that's getting
I want to be a child
this much traction.
actor.
What was it? Number 10 and
number 8.
Number 8 and the
on
Netflix
the Netflix queues.
most popular thing. And I think that's gone down. I think originally it was much higher.
Oh, probably. Well, it came out Christmas Day.
Yeah, because I've heard this film mentioned in a lot of online articles.
Oh, really?
Wait,
And
Wonder Woman in 1984 also came out. Which one do you think is better?
Of these two?
Yeah.
Of Wonder Woman and this?
Yeah.
I would probably choose Wonder Woman over this.
What?
As an adult, yeah. And I didn't like Wonder Woman.
You know what's funny? I feel like I would sit through this again before I sat through Wonder Woman.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
You didn't like Wonder Woman more than I did, I guess.
Isn't Wonder Woman longer too?
Wonder Woman is longer. Wonder Woman was like over 2 hours.
Yeah, or something. Yeah.
But this,
Over
I mean, Wonder Woman was over 2 hours and it felt over 2 hours. This also felt long.
It's an hour 40.
100
It felt longer than that to me. I'm amazed I didn't fall asleep. I guess because it's earlier in the day. And I didn't have anything heavy to eat before I watched this. But there were long stretches.
Sure. Again, I don't think this was not made for us.
Not a movie for a 40-year-old man.
Yes. No, I really feel like the target audience is 4 to 8 or 4 to 9.
I would say 4 to 6.
No, I think a 7-year-old could enjoy this. I think an 8-year-old can enjoy this.
Yeah, they could probably still enjoy it. But maybe
I think 9 is where you're capping out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 10-year-olds would be like, "What am I watching?
Yeah,
why am I here?"
Watch the Avengers again.
Yes, exactly.
I want to watch the Avengers.
All right, so let's wrap. Well, any final thoughts from anybody? I guess scores. Well, just one last thing. I just want to say, I guess another thing why it's like a nice little set piece for small kids is the whole idea that, well, we won't give anything away, but it's very predictable. I mean, I was even saying lines before they were even happening on the screen because I just had a feeling what was going to be said. But anyway, the whole idea of the film is teamwork. So that's another little, I guess, thing for young kids.
Yeah, teamwork and the promise of the next generation.
Yes. But I think more teamwork. And if we're looking at kids 4 to 8, 4 to 9, teamwork isn't big in their vocabulary. So I think another reason if parents want to get a kid in front of this story, they can. Mm-hmm. All right, so scores. Olive G, 1 to 10.
I gave this movie a
5.
5. I would probably give this movie maybe a 3.5.
3.5. What about you, AJ?
I was thinking 4.
I was going to give it a 5 too, only because it wasn't the worst thing I've seen. It wasn't the best thing I've seen. And again, I feel like it's targeted to a specific group of kids, and I think those kids deserve entertainment. And I think that if you have a child that falls within that age group between 4 to 8, maybe 9, this is a good, solid treat for them.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think this film is really, really targeted to a young They don't
group.
care about the adult viewer. It's
No.
on the slightest.
And as a kid, I mean, I know people were like, oh, too much TV watching eats your brains or whatever it does. But as a kid, my mother would turn on Sesame Street and then just go do laundry. So if you need to go do laundry or cook dinner and you have a kid in that age range,
Mommy,
and they haven't seen it, I think it's a good little thing. So yeah. I think it gets extra points for that.
Kids running around, being silly.
Being strong, being teams,
saving the day.
So I think there's some positive messages here too.
Fighting goofy looking aliens.
Yeah. All right, so we'll wrap that up. So thanks again for stopping by, and we'll come back with another review soon. Good night.
Good night.
Night. We can be superheroes. You can be superheroes.